Hello, third graders, and welcome back to math. Today it's lesson 9.3, and we're going to be using mental math to multiply. But first, get out that whiteboard marker and eraser, and I've got a couple, well, probably more than a few problems that I want you to work on. So solve each extended fact. 5 times 40, what equals 3 times 60? And 250 divided by 5 equals what? See if you can figure out the answers by using their basic facts. Write your answers on the board, then come back and we'll talk through the problems together. All right, first we have 5 times 40. So if I think of my basic fact, 5 times 4, which is 20, and add that 0 at the end, because I know I'm not multiplying just by 4, I'm multiplying by 40, I'm going to get 200. 3 times 6 is 18. Add that 0 at the end to represent that I'm multiplying by 60 and not just 6 ones, but 6 tens. I'm going to get 180. 250 divided by 5. Again, think of that basic fact. 25 divided by 5. How many times does 5 go into 25? It goes in there 4 or 5 times. But I'm not taking it into 25, I'm taking it into 250. So I need to add that 0 to represent my tens, and my answer is going to be 50. Now try these. 7 times 70, what equals 4 times 80? 420 divided by 6. Pause the video. Come back when you're finished. All right, 7 times 7 is 49, but this is 7 times 70. I need to put in the 0 to represent that I'm multiplying by a 10. My answer is 490. 4 times 8 is 32. But again, I'm multiplying by a multiple of 10. So I need to put the 0 at the end. And I've got 320. 420 divided by 6. Think of 42 divided by 6, which is 7. But this is 420 divided by 6, so I need to add on that 0, and my answer is 70. Okay, you need to get your math journal out and turn to this page. We're using this page quite a bit this week. 277 and 278. Find that, have your whiteboard and marker and eraser ready, and we'll get started. So your directions are just to look at the birds. And here's our question that we need to work on. Could 5 blue jays have a greater total mass than an Atlantic puffin? So could 5 blue jays be heavier than 1 Atlantic puffin? Well, let's find our blue jays right here. And our puffin is going to be on the other page. So, bluebirds, oh, I'm sorry, I circled the wrong one. Read carefully, Mrs. Fleury. So let me go back. Here's our blue jay, 70 to 100 grams. And our puffin is 400 to 650 grams. Okay, so think about that. Could 5 blue jays have a greater mass than 1 Atlantic puffin? Pause the video while you think about that and share your thoughts with someone at home. All right, so let's think about this. Because 1 blue jay could have a mass of 100 grams. 5 blue jays could have a mass of 500 grams. An Atlantic puffin could have a mass of 400 grams. A small one could. So yes, 5 blue jays could have a greater mass than 1 puffin. Now, I want you to think about the second question. Could their total mass be less than that of an Atlantic puffin? Well, talk to someone at home about that. and come back when you're ready. Okay, so since a blue jay could have a mass of 70 grams, then the mass of 5 70-gram blue jays would be 350 grams. And the mass of one Atlantic puffin is going to be somewhere between 400 grams and 650 grams. So 5 blue jays at 70 grams could be less than one puffin. The mass could be less than that. So keep your math journal opened, or at least be able to flip back and forth from this page, from these 2 pages, as we work through our lesson today. So, what is the total mass of 6 10-gram black-capped chickadees? Now, you didn't hear me say figure that out on your whiteboard. We want to try to figure these out mentally, which means we're going to try to figure them out in our head, because sometimes that can be more efficient or faster and easier than writing all the numbers. So I just want you to think about what you could try if solving these problems mentally. Well, you could use different easier numbers, and you could estimate first if that is appropriate. So let's take a look at this problem. What is the total mass of 6 10-gram black-capped chickadees? Well, I know 6 10s is 60, right? So 6 10-gram black-capped chickadees would be 60 grams. We just have to count by 10. Counting by 10s is easy. Here's another one. What is the total mass of 6 12-gram capped chickadees? Well, counting by 12 6 times can be a little dicey. But what I can do is I can take this 12, I can take my 12 and break it into 10 and 2. And I know that 6 times 10 is 60 because we just did it up there. And I know that 2 times 6 is 12. So 60 plus 12 equals 72. So the answer would be 72 grams. And that's just the break apart strategy, which is something that we have used many times. So we can go back to using some of our multiplication strategies that we talked about and practiced a lot to help us figure out the answers to some of these problems mentally. Here's another. What is the total mass of 8 25-gram mountain bluebirds? Well, when I look at this problem, I see 25, and I know that a quarter is 25, and I know that 4 quarters is $1, which is the same as 100 cents. So if 4 25s are 100, then another 4 25s would be 100, and 100 plus 100 is 200. So that would be 200 grams. Another way I can do this is break apart my 25, have it be 20 and 5. 8 times 20 is 160. 8 times 5 is 40. 160 plus 40 is going to be 200. So the answer is 200 grams. And another problem. What is the mass of 21 6-gram hummingbirds? Well, what can you do? What can we do? Well, we can break apart. We can use that break apart strategy. 21 is going to be 20 plus 1. 6 times 20, well, 6 times 2 is 12. So 6 times 20 is 120. 6 times 1 is 6. So 120 plus 6 is going to be 126 grams. So we can take some of our bigger problems here, and we can think of it as our break apart strategy, and we can do those in our head. Now, I'm not saying you can't write some of this out on your board. Okay, so I wouldn't necessarily do this on my board. But if I wanted to break apart 21, I could go 20 times 6 and 20 times 1. This is 120. And this, I'm sorry, this is going to be 6 times 1. And 6 times 1 is 6, so that's 126. I'm still doing some of that mentally and in my head. And sometimes, really, it is easier and faster to do things in your head. Sometimes we certainly have to write things out to figure out the answer. But there are times when we can just take what we know and do our problems in our head. Let's think about this one. Could 5 house sparrows have a greater combined mass than a mourning dove? Well, let's go to our pictures. And we need to find house sparrow. Okay, so I found the house sparrow and the mourning dove. And we want to know if 5 house sparrows could have a greater combined mass than a mourning dove. Well, the house sparrow, the largest one is 170 grams. And I want 5 of those. So if I take this apart, if I use my break apart strategy, I would go 100 times 5 is 500. And it's okay to do this on your whiteboard because we're still doing some of this mentally. And then I'm going to take apart my 70 and times that by 5. And I know that 5 times 7 is 35. So I'm going to put my 0 at the end, add those together, and I'm going to get 850. So 5 would be 850 grams. And I want to know, would that be more than a or 1 mourning dove? Well, a mourning dove, oh, I did it wrong. Look at that. I used the wrong numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, another example of how even teachers need to read carefully. So, house sparrow, mourning dove, 5 house sparrows. So that's okay. We'll just try it again. So 5 house sparrows at 40 grams each. So times 5. Think of that basic fact. That's going to be 20 with the 0 at the end. That's for 5 house sparrows. And we want to know, would that be greater than 1 mourning dove? When I look at a mourning dove here, the smallest that a mourning dove would weigh is 112 grams. And 200 grams is more than that. So yes, 5 house sparrows could have a larger mass than a mourning dove. Could it have less than a mourning dove, than 1 mourning dove? Well, again, let's take a look here. A large mourning dove would be 170 grams, and a small house sparrow would be 25. So if I would go, if I would go 5 times 25, I know, here's my mental math here, I know that 4 25s is 100. So I need to have 1 more, so that's going to be 125 grams. So the largest house sparrow is or the largest mourning dove is 170 grams. So yes, it could also be less than a mourning dove. And how do I know that? Well, we worked it out. We worked it out to show what the mass would be if we did 5 mourning doves or 5 house sparrows at their highest mass and 5 at their lowest mass, and we found that it would work for both questions. So you're going to work on page 281. Yes, you'll need those posters of those birds, your math boxes, and another practice page to work on multiplying mentally. Good luck.